Hello Top Books fans. In today's video we'll be running down the top 5 books on productivity and how they can benefit your life. If you're new to the channel, please smash the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on notifications. Right, time for the top books on productivity. At 5 is The Power of Habit: Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg. The key to becoming exceptionally productive, losing weight, exercising regularly, and getting promoted is right here at our fingertips. In The Power of Habit: Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business, published in 2012 and written by Pulitzer finalist and award-winning business reporter Charles Duhigg, the author takes a new approach to conquering bad habits. He refers to neuroscientific studies and uses real-life examples of successful people. Instead of teaching us how to let go of habits, he first teaches us to recognize the harmful ones, using examples. Duhigg explores why some people and companies struggle while others seem to soar. Take for example Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, or Martin Luther King Jr. What do these insanely successful and productive people have in common? They've identified their bad habits and figured out how to reshape them into the right habits. Duhigg believes habits aren't destiny. We can take matters into our own hands and transform how we do business, how we interact, and how we can conquer destructive behaviors that lead to smoking, gambling, and alcoholism, for example. Here's the breakdown. Duhigg divided the structure of habits into 3 different parts: a cue, a routine, and a reward. Bestseller lists like the New York Times, Amazon, and USA Today guarantee that if you follow Duhigg's techniques, no matter how time-consuming or as hard as they might seem, you can transform any habit into a positive one. Other best-selling authors relevant to the productivity genre, like David Allen and Daniel H. Pink, have praised The Power of Habit, with the latter saying, "You'll never look at yourself, your organization, or your world in quite the same way." At number 4, we have Essentialism: The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Gray McKeown. Over 1 million copies have been sold of this New York Times bestseller. If you have ever felt overwhelmed, overworked, and overcommitted, felt busy but not productive, then the way out is the way of Essentialism. Written by Gray McKeown and published in 2014, Essentialism is more than just a few tips on productivity. It's a lifestyle, a whole new way of doing things for the better. McKeown, who's the founder and CEO of a leadership and strategy design agency, invented Essentialism as doing less but better in every area of our lives. He takes inspiration from leaders of some of the most innovative companies in the world. Wildly successful people like the co-founder and chairman of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman, said that Essentialism offers concise and eloquent advice on how to determine what you care about most, and how to apply your energies in ways that ultimately bring you the greatest rewards. Not convinced yet? How about a review from Forbes, who said that this book gives greater precision to the pursuit of what truly matters. Best-selling authors like Chris Guillebeau, who wrote The $100 Startup, swear by this book, which is reason enough to read it. If you want to determine what's vitally essential in your life, eliminate everything that isn't absolutely essential, and enjoy the sweet, sweet results that follow, which McKeown lays out in Essentialism. At 3 is The War of Art: Break Through the Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles by Steven Pressfield. Have you ever had a dream that seemed too big or too far-fetched? Even if it's something as simple as wanting to start a new diet or run a marathon. This isn't the art of war, this is the war of art, which is more precious if you want to overcome the self-imposed obstacles that are holding you back from success. Written by Steven Pressfield, this 2003 book is one of the most powerful reads you can ever benefit from. It's inspirational, educational, and funny all at the same time. Pressfield identified the internal obstacle to success: resistance. The entire first third of The War of Art is dedicated to describing how resistance affects our lives and its many insidious tactics. It comes down to this: resistance is the difference between the mediocre life you may have and the extraordinary life you want. Follow Pressfield's advice, conquer resistance, and change your habits. Just because the best-selling masterpiece is called The War of Art doesn't mean it's just for artists. It's for everyone, for entrepreneurs, for those who wish to change careers and need a nudge in the right direction, and for the people who long to live a healthier life. Coming in at our number 2 spot is Daily Rituals: How Artists Work by Mason Curry. Up next is this 2013 charming and unique book. This book is part instruction manual on productivity and part admiration and curiosity on artists and how they work. The author, Mason Curry, set out to gather as much juicy information about the routines of some of the most brilliant and successful creators in the world. If you want to find out more about the working habits of the greatest minds of the last 400 years, Daily Rituals: How Artists Work is the book for you. It details the daily rituals of the likes of Charles Darwin, Benjamin Franklin, Jane Austen, William Faulkner, Andy Warhol, and more. These are people who get over their self-inflicted obstacles in order to finish their world-changing work. Whether that's by waking up early, being a night owl, or drinking excessive amounts of coffee, each of these creators discovered a way to increase their productivity. The book is split into small chapters, and each is dedicated to a specific artist's life and routines: when they wake up, what they ate, when they worked, and more. And at number 1, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And finally at number 1 we have Eat That Frog. Published on January 1st, 2007 by best-selling author, CEO, and acclaimed author Brian Tracy. Over 450,000 copies of this timeless collection of useful productivity tips have been sold, in addition to being translated into 23 languages. The title and the book overall are based on this age-old saying: if you eat a live frog first thing each morning, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it's probably the worst thing you'll do all day. As gruesome as that sounds, the frog is a metaphor for tackling your most challenging task of the day. Tracy provided the 21 most effective, tried-and-true methods for conquering procrastination, mastering personal time management, decision-making, and accomplishing more in less time. This book, which is a quick read at only 128 pages, demonstrates how to recognize the critical tasks you need to get done, so you have more time to spend with the people you care about and the things that give you joy. So tackle that task and metaphorically eat that frog. A top book. That ends the top books to read on productivity. If you got value from this video, please give it a like and please share it with someone that would benefit. Don't agree with our list? Drop the titles of the books that should have made it in the comments below. See the links to each of the books in our list in the description below. See you next time for some top books